Have you ever wished to be someone who feels truly grounded, someone who isn't shaken by criticism, rejection, or change? Have you ever longed for the day when that quiet, invisible pain inside you would finally ease, even when you wear a smile for the world to see? Maybe you're tired of constantly needing to be the strong one, upholding an image of resilience when, deep down, all you really want is a moment of rest. A pause from trying to be untouchable. But here's a truth you may not hear often. The more we try to avoid discomfort, the more it shapes our lives from the shadows. The more we suppress our emotions to appear unaffected, the more we stay tied to the very things that quietly drain us. And this isn't weakness. This is a common human experience. Some of us are just better at hiding it. Carl Jung once said, "We are not what happens to us, but what we choose to become." That's where your power lies. Not in building walls, but in understanding what's within those walls. True strength doesn't mean never feeling pain. It means being aware of who you are, even when life feels hard. If you're still with me, this message is for you. For those who feel emotionally overwhelmed, who often wonder why others seem unaffected while you're deeply impacted, this is your turning point. But to shift things, you'll need to face some uncomfortable truths. Not to hurt you, but to free you. Let's start with this. What affects you most isn't just what others do. It's how those experiences awaken something already present inside. Old wounds. Unhealed parts. Stories you've told yourself over and over. That's what gives outside events their power. Jung taught that much of our outer pain reflects what remains unresolved in our inner world. Some people endure major challenges and remain clear-minded. Others are shaken by a passing comment. Why? Because it's not about what happens, it's about where it lands. Here's a hard truth. If pain still affects you deeply, it's often because, on some level, you're still trying to control how life treats you. You're trying to be enough, strong enough, kind enough, wise enough, as if that could protect you from every wound. But control is an illusion. And as long as you chase it, you'll be in constant resistance. If you want to experience peace, stop shielding yourself from discomfort. What you need isn't tighter control, it's deeper awareness. The moment you realize that outside actions only hurt when they echo something inside, you begin to reclaim your power. That inner space, the unconscious, is where your real journey begins. Because what you don't acknowledge will shape your life without you even realizing it. Jung famously said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." Your emotions, sadness, frustration, sudden anxiety, are not random. They're signals from the parts of you that have been waiting to be seen. These are not signs of failure. They're invitations to heal. When we don't explore our inner world, these patterns show up in our relationships, in self-sabotage, in fears that surface even when things seem fine. But it's not misfortune, it's a wake-up call. If you want to feel more in control, stop running from your own story. Your strength lies not in defending against pain, but in facing it and integrating it. Becoming unshakable isn't about being numb, it's about being whole. This is what we're exploring next, what it really means to be emotionally grounded, and why real strength comes not from armor, but from acceptance. Many believe the only way to protect themselves is to build walls, to wear a mask, to act as if nothing matters. "I don't care," they say. But inside they're still affected. Still hurting. Because the real issue isn't feeling too much, it's not knowing what you're feeling or why. Jung reminded us, "Know all the theories, master all the techniques, but as you touch a human soul, be just another human soul." And that includes your own. That inner self you've hidden behind your strong facade, it's asking to be seen. Emotional resilience is not about coldness. It's about clarity. About bringing light to what's been kept in the dark. You don't become untouchable by avoiding life. You become resilient by embracing all parts of who you are. That's individuation, the process Jung described as becoming who you truly are, beyond expectations and fears. It's not perfection, it's integration. It's not about becoming better. It's about becoming real. Here's the paradox. The more you try to avoid being hurt, the more sensitive you become. But when you embrace your fears, your wounds, your humanity, you become whole. And from that wholeness, no one can dismantle you. But this journey requires courage. The courage to feel, to question, to grow. Because inside that pain lies the key to transformation. From a young age, we're taught to avoid suffering. But the more we run from it, the more it shows up, in new forms. Anxiety, frustration, burnout. Buried pain doesn't vanish. It waits. Jung saw suffering not as a flaw, but as a signal from the soul. A message from the unconscious. When you stop silencing yourself and begin to listen to what your discomfort is really saying, you unlock the possibility of deep change. The pain we feel is often the tension between who we are now and who we're meant to become. Change is uncomfortable. Growth is challenging. Letting go of what no longer fits you is its own kind of loss. But within that space, within that letting go, is the possibility of something beautiful and real. And that's what we're diving into next. How embracing your inner world leads to the kind of strength that doesn't break under pressure. A strength that doesn't rely on appearances but on inner clarity. This isn't about becoming someone else. It's about remembering who you are, underneath the noise. True transformation begins not when we resist life, but when we meet it with presence. So if this message resonates with you, leave a comment. I choose awareness. Let's start a movement, not of people pretending to be strong, but of people willing to live with truth. And remember, the next video continues this journey. Transformation doesn't happen in one step. It unfolds with every choice you make to keep going. I'll see you there.